Tyler, we got another batch of news here.
Yeah, news.
Here's how you know when Sony when Sony has a swing and a miss with one of these Spider-Man villain movies without Spider-Man.
Well, I've already seen that they've tried to blame Dakota Johnson for it.
Oh my god! And then Sydney Sweeney is making fun of it, and because she joked about, she's like, "You've seen me in Euphoria or Anyone But You definitely did not see me in Madam Web."
Yeah,
like, which is a funny joke.
Yeah.
But you can always tell when they don't make a ton of money or make the money they want to. Like when Morbius flopped, they re-released No Way Home, the more fun stuff edition, to get some more money back from the money they lost from Morbius. And I think they're doing the same thing here with Madam Web. But maybe Sony is just trying to do this as a whole to keep that license fresh for some reason. So Sony is re-releasing
I saw this.
every single
It's
live action
such
Spider-Man.
a fucking cash grab. Fuck you guys.
But honestly,
It's pretty cool,
I kind
though.
of want to see the first one on the big screen again.
Okay. You
I'll,
want to see it
I'll explain here in a minute.
together?
But, so it's like, but we don't know if we'll get it because it's select theaters. But
Fucking better get it.
so April 5th,
I think Flix does it. Anyway, go ahead.
Spider-Man 1,
Mm-hmm.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
April 15th,
Mm-hmm.
and then every week after that. So
Yep.
April 22nd will be Spider-Man
it's something
2.
Mondays, isn't it? What is it
It's
called? Every Monday.
I'm wondering if it's that week. Like, is it running that whole week, and then the next, like that Thursday or Friday or whatever, then that's the beginning of the next one?
I don't know, but I know that the ad that I saw, like in a newspaper, was like something Mondays, and it was all of the movies coming out.
Well, but yeah, they're releasing they're re-releasing these in theaters. I think it also ties with an
Might have been on
anniversary
Twitter. Oh.
to the studio. It's also the 20th anniversary of the second movie this year, because Spider-Man 2 came out in 2004. Because we're old now. I've seen
Last year was the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and Lego. You couldn't give me a fucking brand new updated Ewok village. What the fuck?
anyway.
All right.
So fun fact about
Thanks
this.
for letting me
As I
know.
look at this list, so yeah, Spider-Man 2 April. It starts April 15th, ends June 3rd. From Spider-Man to Spider-Man No Way Home.
Mm.
And as I look at this list, I realize I have seen every single Spider-Man movie live and Across the Spider-Verse. Sony hasn't said if they're going to re-release those movies. But just looking at this, I've seen every single Spider-Man movie.
Oh, those two, yeah, the Spider-Verse.
But
yeah.
I've seen every single Spider-Man movie. Both the
I've
Spider-Man
seen
Spider-Verse
every-
movies, all of these movies.
I've seen every single Spider-Man movie
In
in the
theaters.
theaters except for the two Amazings.
I saw both of those.
I saw neither of those in the
I
theaters.
saw The Amazing Spider-Man twice.
I did,
So.
yeah. I saw.
Well, because I saw
My
it-
brother's actually an extra in Amazing Spider-Man.
I saw it with a group of friends, and then my girlfriend at the time wanted to see it, and then I saw it with her. But so
He got to be on set when they filmed the whole thing with the scene where Green Goblin first shows up and they're at that parade thing. He was at the set that day.
oh, the Thanksgiving parade in the first movie.
There was a whole casting call for or whatever, like if you were in the area or something and he happened to be in the area. I don't know if he's
were
on
you in that
screen.
movie? And he's like, "What the fuck?"
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Yeah, I was
That's what
like,
he said.
dude, I was just asking.
And he's like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
No, honestly though, I will say this: that first movie in particular, I would legit think about going to see it, or that one or Spider-Man 2. I have more fond memories of Spider-Man 1 because Spider-Man 1, I remember seeing it in theaters as a little kid, and just having my mind blown.
What
I was
year
like-
was that?
2002, so I was like 9 years old when that first.
The first Spider-Man was 2002?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. And then Spider-Man 2 is 2004.
I
So,
suppose I did move
but
out. Huh.
I just remember that vividly, seeing that in theaters and just like it blowing my mind. And
God, that was the year that I moved out to Denver. Huh.
And then I remember there was one time my mom and dad like surprised me was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to the movies." It was like 4th of July weekend, and we'd already done like the fireworks and shit,
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go see a movie," and they were between Dodgeball and Spider-Man 2, and I convinced them to go see Spider-Man 2. And my dad was like really wanting to see Dodgeball.
Tough choice though.
2 really good movies.
Great movies.
2 really solid movies.
Mm.
But he had heard because and Dodgeball had been running for like a couple weeks at that time, so he was like, "Hey, people tell me this is a funny movie," and I was like, "Yeah, but
And you know what? It is.
my mom is gonna side with me because she's like, my baby boy is precious, because you know how moms are." So yeah, I remember seeing that in theaters, and my dad liked those movies, but he just thought we would give me shit. He was like, "I don't know, Dodgeball seemed pretty funny." I'm like, were you not entertained? Because I was.
Were you not entertained?
But see, and at that age, because of where we lived,
Yeah.
the closest movie theater was like
A mile.
20, 30 minutes. So going to the movies was a big deal then. Whereas now, it's not just that I have the one movie theater with 3 screens. Now I have 3 or 4 or 5 different movie theaters with 20 different fucking screens and IMAX and 4D where they have a little
wow.
bidet up your butt. You know what I mean? 4D. You ever done it? I want to try it. What?
You know what I almost did for the last movie we went to, Dune Part 2?
Yeah.
I almost got the D
4D?
whatever. No, the seats that react.
Yeah, 4D.
4D.
4DX or something like that. It's 4D. Where the seats move and stuff?
Yeah, I almost did
Yeah,
that.
it's 4D.
But it was like $20 a ticket for a matinee. And
Yeah.
I was like, you're not worth that.
Because like if there's like
But when I
4D is like if there's water or something like rain, they'll throw water on you and stuff.
What?
Or like fake snow on you
What?
and stuff. Or if there's you'll get punched or kicked or like
what?
They won't like punch or kick you. The chair moves like you're getting.
Somebody just stands next to you.
No, that's what I was thinking. They just, how like you go to
Somebody
movie
gets their arm
theaters
cut off. You get your arm cut off.
and they have servers and they bring food to you during the movie, but they just come over and fucking punch you.
No, they're standing next to you the whole time.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Action scene.
I'm sorry. We can't see that on radio.
Just popping you in the face.
But yeah.
Get out of there, Captain America.
When I first moved to when I was a kid, it was a big deal because there weren't that. You're right. There weren't that many theaters.
Yeah.
But when I first moved to Iowa City, we moved to Coralville, and there were 2 theaters, and they were both like really far. They were downtown, so it was kind of a big deal to go to a movie and whatnot. And they were small theaters. They were like 60 to 100 seats, maybe, like small, like not a lot, maybe 30 to 60. And then they finally opened a theater in Coralville called the Coral 4. And it was like the biggest fucking deal in the world because it was like, we got our own theater, man. Hey, listen to this fucking thing. And I saw The Crow on 4th.
Wow.
On
Speaking of, did you see
Friday,
that
13th, Friday the 13th when it came out. I actually had my senior skip day. My friend's senior skip day that day. No, my senior skip day was that day. I went to 2 that year.
Most people don't. Usually it's just one.
I wanted to get fucked up. I was 18. Fuck it.
Oh yeah, because you could drink it.
Yeah, fuck it. No, I was still 21 when I was 18, but whatever. Anyway, but then now there's Coral Ridge Mall, and there's, I believe, the Coral Ridge theaters. So that's where the theater is down in Coralville. But yeah, it was still a big deal going to the theater. You waiting in line. It's not like that anymore. And I gotta be honest, I'm okay with that. I like getting to the theater, and I like not having to stand in line to get my shit.
And you have your own seat.
Fuck yeah. And even the movies we've seen, like Dune 2 was pretty packed.
I don't need like 4D is something I would like to try at some point.
We should do it sometime.
But it is not something that
expensive.
I need to go. Like
we should try it just for the sake of the show.
And this does seem like a cash
do wanna try
grab
it.
from Sony. It's nostalgia bait.
Totally is.
But damn it if it doesn't work, I mean
I'll buy me some Spider-Man shit.
I'm probably not gonna do it, but if it's at like Flicks here in town, they would probably be the place that would have it because they do like screenings of random movies and they do like a fan fest thing. I'm sure Sony does something with it. Because again, they have Ghostbusters and Spider-Man. That's it. And the new Ghostbusters is coming out soon. I'm probably not going to see that in theaters. I saw Afterlife in theaters, but I don't know if I'm going to see this. I don't really care. But then again, I really wasn't that like excited for Afterlife, and I came out enjoying that movie a lot. So who knows? Maybe I'll enjoy Frozen Empire, but I don't know. It's just Ghostbusters continues to be weird as a franchise to me. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like a franchise.
No.
Even though it is. Like, I'm not saying that first movie is perfect, but that first movie...
Actually, I was watching that last night, and that used to be one of the few video cassettes that we owned as a family.
Yeah.
So I could quote you that whole entire movie, and I was watching it again, and it is a fucking perfect movie.
No, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying that it clearly didn't feel... It was a movie much like the Raimi Spider-Man movies. It was focused on telling a single story and focused on that one thing. We didn't have to tie to the Avengers and the grander scheme of the universes and everything like that. But I think
watching it like brought a smile to my face just because it's still so good.
Yeah, and
still so good. The effects hold up still. Like, and for what, 1984?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
So, yeah, that's all that Sony has is Ghostbusters and Spider-Man. But with Spider-Man, and I think those Raimi ones in particular, yes, they're going to be... It's just like anything. Like, your and I's version of the Ninja Turtles are going to be different than my nephew's version. Going to be different than my son's version. They're going to be their own things. And so, like, somebody might love those Amazing Spider-Man movies, but for me, Raimi and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it is probably my favorite. Like, live action-wise, probably my favorite. I like Holland Spider-Man, but I want to see him have his own identity. I think his Spider-Man is too attached to the MCU. Mm. And I'm interested to see where they're going with his character now. But I think it's because those first two movies are so well contained and just to focus on that story. Mm-hmm. I think that's why I love them and why I like the idea of re-releasing them in theaters does excite me a little because I'm like because I saw those movies on the big screen, and yeah, nostalgia fucking works because it makes me think of a simpler time when I was a kid when those movies were coming out. And I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Somebody should have told us. Don't you never grow up? I'm like, I don't want to.
Like and. While there are things that are outdated in those Raimi movies, they're clearly a throwback to the Stanley Ditko, Steve Ditko era. Is it the Silver Age or the
It's
Gold
more
Age?
Romita because it's more Romita than Ditko because Romita was the artist when Mary Jane first came out.
Yeah, and they kind of put like Gwen Stacy doesn't even show up until the third movie, whatever. But my point is, it's that style of Spider-Man. And I still, while some effects, some dialogue
70s.
And some effects don't maybe hold up, there are still some amazing shots in that movie.
Oh yeah,
Sam Raimi knew how to shoot, and a lot of this, like, and I'd love to see what those would look like on a big screen. Now, are they going to be like 4K? Like, is this going to be restore? Like, we're going to get an up-res of this on the big screen?
Up-res,
down res, side res.
I don't know you that well. I don't know you
Back
well enough
res.
to be doing doggy res.
What the heck?
Side res?
Doggy resolution. What is that? That's what you're saying.
You don't love me. You just love my doggy resolution.
I don't even know.
What were you going to say?
I don't even.
Just do it. Just click something. It don't matter, man.
It's your fault. It's your fault. Be mad at yourself.
I have to remind our listeners that every week. You clicked on this episode.
Yeah, but we shouldn't punish them by just being idiots. Well, shit.
You know here's the problem.
Yeah.
That works too well for any transition of anything.
Right. Well, here's what I like about it is, to me, it's kind of like a welp.
Because you know what? Spider-Man. Oh no, the Green Goblin, he kidnapped Mary Jane.
Welp.
Better go stop him.
Welp. It's just a guy throwing his hands up like, hey, it's live, man. What are you going to do?
And then Goblin... Now I'm imagining the Spider-Man movies is like a sitcom. It's like a Seinfeld-like sitcom. Because it kind of works. Because there's a great comedic bit where Aunt May is praying and he fucking breaks through the wall and just says, "Finish it! Finish it!" And then you're just thinking, we took it too far. That's the studio audience.
What's the deal with the Green Goblin?
It's a Halloween because he's got jack-o'-lanterns or something.
The pool was cold, Jerry.
Why?
That's
Well,
what the listener's feeling right now.
You know what? The listener is, if it's like me, is laughing their ass off because we're such. I listen to this show and I think it's hilarious, but I'm also
But you're biased because you're in it.
in the shit. All right, so what's up next on the?
My personal Vietnam is
Man.
podcasting.
Wow. Jesus. That was a-
Every day I put on these headphones is another battle
Wow.
with my mental health.
So so that's cool that they're doing a cash grab. Those fucks. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.